Hello, good morning everyone. Can you guys hear me? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear, and after that we'll start. Okay, I don't know if my mic is working perfectly or you can hear my voice perfectly, so just give me a 5x5. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. I was supposed to start streaming from yesterday, but yesterday I had a problem. I recently built a PC. So what I did wrong is that I put RAMs in wrong slots. So the computer was showing me like your PC ran into a problem and now it needs to restart. So I wasn't able to do anything, but you guys helped me on Telegram, right? A lot of you shared your ideas. Then I changed the RAM slots and it's good again. So everything's perfect, right? Okay, so my camera is off. I didn't saw that. Okay, let me fix the camera. I think the camera is better now. Yes. Okay, so we'll start with our Dow Jones as usual, right? We got CPI today, and we'll see how CPI delivers. And as we got news at 8:30, which macros will be important and high probability today? Do you guys know it? If you know which macros are gonna be high probability, let me know in the chat and we'll see if you know it. Okay, let the other peoples know who don't know which macros are high probability today. Remember, we got news at 8:30, so based on that we'll trade and we'll start our stream. And as we start with Dow, we'll start looking at weekly chart and we'll go all the way down to 1 minute and even lower, 30 seconds, right? So we'll see what's happening here on weekly and all the way down to the 30-second chart. Okay, so what's happening on weekly? What do I see here? I see a fair value gap down here, right? A small little fair value gap, a BC, and which is a little bit far from where we are trading, right? What's the difference of that point? Let me check. Okay, 500 points. So we are not reaching here today. We need more nearest easy target. And do you guys see it? This is gonna be a very easy low-hanging fruit. This buy side liquidity up here, and we got another one right up here. So we know it's CPI. For CPI, it's possible to smash through 300 points, right? Yeah, I believe it's possible today to clear out even this buy side liquidity all the way up here. So it's CPI and New York session, so the volatility is here. So we'll see if volatility brings us all the way at this swing high and this one. Okay, so this is very easy. I think price will reach for this buy side liquidity up here, and we got another one. So these are the two liquidity pools that I believe price will hunt. Okay, but the thing is to see if price is doing it today. I believe this one will get taken out by today, and after that if this is getting taken out today or this week. So let's go to the daily chart. This is our weekly BC, right? Buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. Someone's asking me, hope you are feeling better, HYDRA. Yes, I'm feeling good. I did the surgery I think 2 weeks ago. So yeah, I'm not wearing any glasses anymore, as you guys can see. So yeah, the vision is good, but still I'm feeling a little bit like hard to focus on the monitor, but it's okay. It's not that hard to do so. Anyway, so we got a little fair value gap here, right, which aligned with this breaker. So we got our breaker, we got a fair value gap, price came down, hit the fair value gap. We had buy side liquidity up here. Now we are going for this buy side liquidity, which is at 36,950, right? So this is a good price level, 36,950. I believe 3700 is a good level for a resistance, right? But we don't just trade based on price level, based on one concept. We look for other stuff, what's going on there. So what I'm gonna do is look what's happening here. So we got this buy side liquidity where I believe price will reach today. Then we got another price level, right, 3700. So I'm gonna do my analysis quickly because I want to go and talk about NASDAQ as well before the CPI delivers. Okay, so this is the level that we want to see price deliver to, 3700. Okay, and here we got a relative equal high, so it's better not a SMT. If it's not a SMT, okay, this is a very high probability target, and we can expect to see price reaching up here today if it's not a SMT. So do you mind telling me, like, if someone can tell me, go check here if it's a SMT or not? Let me know in the chat if the high that formed on 9th February and then 10th February is there a SMT with other pairs. Okay, and if it's not a SMT, you know it's a high probability target. If it's a SMT, it's also a high probability target, but not as high probability as it would be without a SMT. Do you get it? So we got a fair value gap here, another one. So this is a near term target, right? And that's what we want to see. Like, suppose this is also can happen, this scenario, price coming up, right, clearing out this buy side liquidity, forming another relative equal high up here, coming down. Something like this is also possible, but it will all depend on how CPI is delivering. CPI can move, CPI move can hit this fair value gap, or it can take out this buy side liquidity. So this is the reason I don't trade this high impact news like CPI, NFP, and those who support it, I don't care about them. So if you support it, I'm very eager to ban you. If you don't, you are most welcome, because we don't trade it. I don't recommend trading it. There's no consistency in it. You may be winning today, but tomorrow you may be blowing your whole freaking account, right? So we don't do it. So buy side liquidity up here. Now let's see if we have relative equal lows down here or not. Okay, we got a swing low all the way down here with these order blocks. I believe this price level is balanced. Price is not gonna reach all the way down here, right, on Dow. On NASDAQ we have a different scenario down here. So once I go to NASDAQ, we guys will see that the fair value gap that we have on NASDAQ here is makes more sense for price to reach than it is on Dow, because Dow got a lot of support at this level, right? We got order blocks, we got order blocks again, then we got multiple small little order blocks down here, which is already balanced. Like, look at how price delivered. Price came up, generated equal high up here, right? Then price hit this order block. This is not an order block, this is a breaker. So before going above this swing high, price generated another relative equal high. Then price came down, hit the breaker, went up, right? So this is a beautiful delivery which happened here. And what do I see here? I see price generated another buy side liquidity, strong buy side liquidity up here in a form of equal high. Now let's go to the hourly chart, and Okay, so let's go to the hourly, and on hourly, okay, so on hourly I see a relative equal low down here, right? So I believe this is not a SMT. Right, so this is it a SMT? This low is formed on 20 and 1 o'clock. Let's look at ES. On which day? It formed on Tuesday, and this one formed on Monday. So let's see. Monday. Is it a SMT? I don't think it is a SMT, right? It's not a SMT. Okay, the low is here. Yeah, it's not a SMT yet. Again, on NASDAQ. Yeah, it's not a SMT. So this is a high probability target. This relative equal low down here. Do you guys see how clean this level is? So the thing is, price came up but didn't clear out this equal high. Rather, it generated another one right here, right? It hit this rejection block and now it's getting rejected. So let's see. Okay, I'm not trying to predict anything at CPI, but what I believe is for price to reach down here at this equal low and then pushing higher. And if you look at okay, I'm not gonna talk about dollar anyway, so do your own analysis on dollar. So what I believe dollar is, so our analysis is DOW dropping. So if it's dropping, then that's what that's the opposite thing you want to see on dollar. So do you see relative equal highs up here? So all you have to do now, okay, I don't start my analysis with dollar. I start my analysis with my own chart. If I have a clean analysis on my own chart, I don't even look at dollar. If I don't, then only after that I come to dollar. And how do I look at dollar? So on DOW, the analysis that I built here, it suggests me, it's showing me that price will go lower, right? It will come lower at this level. We got a BC down here, this daily BC, and this is unfilled, right? So high probability target. Now that I'm on 1 hour chart, I see another high probability target, this relative equal lows. So I'm expecting DOW to drop. I'm gonna expect the opposite thing on dollar. Now all I have to find out is if dollar is suggesting what I believe is gonna happen on DOW. Okay, so how am I gonna know that dollar is supporting my trade idea? I will have to find out a bullish PDRA that is high probability on dollar, right? Because I'm expecting bearish price action on DOW. Then I'll have to find out if there's strong high probability targets here. And you guys know like what I consider as strong high probability target, right? Relative equal high, relative equal low. Compare it with quarterly theory. I don't trade with quarterly theory. I don't support trading with quarterly theory. So I'm gonna put you on timeout. What I do, that's the only thing that I do and support. Other than that, I don't do anything. I don't support anything. If it's working for you, keep it inside you and open your own stream and show people that it works there, not on mine, okay? So all I have to do is find out if there's any strong high probability targets. There is, okay? What I consider as high probability target is relative equal high and unfilled fair value gap. So do I have it here? I see a relative equal high up here. So equal high. And a small little fair value gap here. So there's another one up here. Right? So this one, this equal high. But this one got generated inside this weekly fair value gap, right? Price came up, hit this weekly fair value gap, and now it's getting rejected. So this is why I'm not trying to force anything, because I want to see how CPI delivers. Once the CPI is delivered, we'll have a better idea where price will gravitate afterwards, right? So price cleared out relative equal low from here. It hit these order blocks, but the better order blocks are down here, I believe. And we also got an inversion right here, inversion at a SMR level. So something to keep in mind, right? So we'll see. We are not trying to predict anything before the CPI is getting delivered. So 15-minute chart on Dow. Do we have more relative equal lows down here? So all we want to see, price generating relative equal lows. So we got relative equal lows down here, sell side liquidity resting below this low, and ultimately all the way down at this low. So is it possible for price to reach down here? I believe the better scenario is price coming up, clearing out this equal high, and then dropping towards sell side liquidity. But we'll see. Okay, I'm telling you guys again and again, I'm not trying to force anything, as I'm not trying to trade the CPI. I'll have a better trade idea when the CPI gets delivered. Okay, so let's move on to NASDAQ. And on NASDAQ on weekly chart, what do I see? NASDAQ on weekly chart, we have a fair value gap here. We have these order blocks, right? On other pairs, on ES and DOW, these are a breaker because we had a SMT. Do you guys see it? So we have a SMT above this high. So on DOW, this is a breaker. On ES, this is a breaker. But on NASDAQ, this is a mitigation block, right? And we got a fair value gap up here. So this is a bearish PD area for NASDAQ. So we'll see if NASDAQ is coming all the way down, all the way up and hitting this. This is a good level. I'll keep an eye on this. Now look at the price level, okay? We're not just trading based on a PD area. We also look at price, and this mitigation block is coming at 16,656. And what I believe 16,700 is a good price level to expect a small little rejection. Now, the way I trade and the way I see chart is different than how you guys do it. I'm gonna mark out these price levels, like the mitigation block up here, then the important price level above or below the mitigation block, and all I'm gonna do is expect to see a rejection from these price levels. Where? On lower time frame. Which time frames? 1 minute and 30 seconds. So on a weekly chart, the rejection may be very small, right, from this price level, but once you drop down to 30-second and 1 minute, the rejection, the small rejection that happens on daily and weekly, it's a big movement, and minimum it gives is like 2 hours. So all I have to find is from where price can potentially show me a rejection where I believe it's high probability, and then stick with it. If I see something, I will engage. If I don't see something, it's okay. I have time with me, right? I have macros to expect to see my setup forming there. If my bias is bullish, I will expect to see a bullish setup forming inside my macro. And what setup? A breaker. That's it. Okay, so our mitigation block, we got our bearish PD area down here, up here, right? So now we'll drop down to the lower time frame, because on higher time frame I don't see anything else other than this breaker up here, this up close candle, right? And price is heavily moving towards buy side. So what's happening here on the daily chart? We got a fair value gap, and we had our buy side liquidity up here. So once we cleared out this swing high, we generated a fair value gap, right? So this is something to keep an eye on. This BC. So let's see, okay, if price taps inside this BC today or not. I believe it won't. It will just gravitate higher towards buy side liquidity. because of this candle. So see, this candle opened, then it came up, right? It delivered buy side liquidity, then it went down, it delivered sell side liquidity. So it delivered two sides of liquidity in one candle right up here, and then it generated a fair value gap up here. So in a scenario like this, when you see a scenario like this, most of the time you will see this fair value gap is not getting filled, but we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm not expecting a fill of this fair value gap, but we'll see. Now let's go to the 4-hour chart. Okay, I missed something. Do I see anything else here? Okay, we got an inversion right here, right? And this is our weekly fair value gap on NASDAQ. So on NASDAQ, this is our weekly fair value gap, and right next to it we have a buy side liquidity up here, right? We have our buy side liquidity. So I'm gonna watch this price level, this inversion, which is a BPR, right? Because we got another fair value gap right here. So extend towards the right, and now let's look at the price level. Okay, so we got our inversion at 16,600, then this mitigation block is coming at 16,650, 16,700. I believe we'll see some kind of rejection if price is reaching up here at CPI, or even today. I believe we'll see some kind of rejection, sorry, resistance up here at this level. Okay, so now let's go to 4-hour chart, and what do we have here? Okay, so now that I'm on 4-hour chart, I saw this fair value gap on the daily, right? On 4-hour, we got another one. We got two basically. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna minimize my attention, and I'm gonna focus inside this fair value gap, not the whole daily fair value gap. And I'm gonna tell you guys why. So this is our BC on 4-hour. For our chart. So what do you see here? A breaker, right? And that's what we want to see. When price is going above a breaker, it forming a fair value gap. But as I told you guys, the thing that will interest me is to see if price is filling this fair value gap today or not. Okay, price is hitting aggressively, coming all the way up at this price level or not. And the high probability scenario to me is gonna be price coming down, hitting this PC, hitting this order block, and then going towards buy side liquidity. Okay, now let's go to the hourly chart. We got 20 minutes right before the CPI gets delivered. Oh, okay, so do you guys see this down here? See that this is why it's so important to do analysis from higher time frame to all the way down to the lower time frame, right? On higher time frame you'll see this, but if you don't do it by time frame by time frame, like suppose I'm only looking at 4-hour, then I'm dropping to 1-minute chart, I don't see this right here. So it's better to do it like from weekly, daily, 4-hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes, and that's how I do it. And seems like we got multiple relative equal lows down here, right? So as I told you guys, on 4-hour chart, this is our 4-hour fair value gap, right? So high probability is price coming down, hitting this PC, and then showing bullishness again, right? So we got this equal lows down here. This low got generated on 11th December on Monday, and this one got generated today at 4 o'clock. Then this one got generated at 5, 6, and 7. Every candle generated a relative equal low. So let me double check with ES. 4, 5. Okay, as you can see, we also got these relative equal lows here on ES as well. And we also got something here on DOW as well, right? So the thing is, NASDAQ cleared out the buy side liquidity, ES cleared out the buy side liquidity up here, and DOW didn't. Okay, this candle is showing weakness, where this candle on ES didn't, and this candle on NASDAQ cleared out the buy side liquidity. So we have a possible SMT. Okay, so we'll see. We got our equal low down here. We got another. So we got another relative equal low down here. Another one at these order blocks, right? So it's better not to be a SMT. And we also got a high probability target down here. This were our BC. This is unfilled, and it's also coming with a good price level. Sorry, good PD area, not price level. Okay, it's also a good price level. Look at the price level, 16,400, right? So let's see what happens today. Today is interesting. These PD arrays are interesting. So okay, so this breaker, okay, the high of the breaker, I'm measuring from the candle's body, this last up close candle. Now if I measure this BC, what do you see? The midway of the BC is aligning with this high of this breaker, right? It doesn't matter if price is reaching down here today, I will have a trade idea, but what matters to me is that whenever price is coming down here, I want to see a good reaction from this level. Okay, but it will also matter if we have target towards buy side. Once price is coming down here, I want to see relative equal high on lower time frames. Okay, if I don't see a relative equal high, then this PD area is not gonna be important and price will smash through it. So there are things to keep in mind. It's not only that we look for a high probability model, we also keep in mind the time and the targets that price will bring. Now let's go to the 15-minute chart. Yeah, I believe we are coming down. Look at this clean level. Then this one, a lot of retail stops are down here. So let's see if price wanna respect the retail theory, or you don't want to smash through these lows down here, right? We also got a fair value gap, so it's an ICT high probability model order block, fair value gap, but I don't see any other equal high towards buy side liquidity. So to me, this fair value gap would have been high probability if we had, suppose we didn't clear out this high and then we generated equal high here, and then we are having a down close candle. Only then it would have been a high probability fair value gap to me. But what happened here, I'm not gonna do execution. What happened here is price generated a fair value gap, right? But at the same time, it cleared out this buy side liquidity, didn't generate an equal high. So all I want to see is this equal lows are getting taken out. If it's not getting taken out at CPI, then after that we'll see like a price is coming down, hitting this equal low, and then moving towards buy side liquidity or not. Okay, so this is a good target for me to keep an eye on. So now I'm gonna drop down to 5-minute chart. So we'll watch NQ and DOW together, and we'll see how the CPI will deliver. So down 5-minute chart, and we will put ES here. Okay, on ES, okay, Dow and ES, they move together. They both have this equal high, which NASDAQ cleared out, right? So let's see if they clear out this equal high and then come towards sell side liquidity, because look at these levels, folks, on sell side liquidity on ES. It's very clean, right? The same thing repeating on Dow, same thing repeating on NASDAQ. So just 15 more minutes, and after that we'll see where price is going, right? Now let's look at some chat. SK Trader, what will happen to US30 after CPI? I just told you this for 30 minutes, right? I explained this question and it took 30 minutes. You didn't understand? All Ninja Traders, which contract are you trading? 1223 or 324? I don't know which. Ask Ninja Traders. We saw ICT shifting the contract, right? So I don't go in that hassle. All I look at is NQ1, ES1, and YM1. The chart does it for me to switch contract. It does it automatically, so I don't have to worry about anything. So we cleared out this equal high, right? So all the strong liquidity that we have left is towards sell side now. We offered buy side liquidity very nicely on both pairs, right? ES and Dow. So let's see if we clear out these really big lows. And we also got a breaker right on Dow. We got this breaker down here, so as well as on NASDAQ. Now that I'm on 3-minute chart on NASDAQ, if we clear out this swing high, then these down close candles will become a breaker. Yes, I have BD adjust down here, so if I turn it off, like I'll see more volume imbalances, liquidity gaps. As soon as I toggle it on, the liquidity gaps and volume imbalance gets mitigated, because it's because of the contract. Okay, you are seeing different contracts, and NQ1 is like plotting different contracts for you. So that's the reason you see these gaps. But when you click this button, it gets adjusted for you automatically. So we got a breaker down here. We got high probability targets towards sell side. So what's happening on dollar? Let's take a look at dollar. Right, so dollar, basically, we, other than this equal high, we don't have anything up here, right? We got a fair value gap, which is a breakaway gap because of these lows down here. Okay, so we got a breaker here on the dollar. These down close candles is our breaker, and we came up right? We hit this breaker hit though, right? This one before going to our sell side, and we generated another fair value gap. So now the question is where dollar is going. We got support down here at these order blocks, right? So let's mark the mean threshold of these order blocks. We got our middle line down here. So if dollars keep pushing lower, we got a sell side liquidity down here. Now see, I'm looking at dollar right now because from my expectation, Dow should deliver to a sell side, right? So all I'm doing is finding out if my analysis is still correct. So seems like it is, because we got a sell side liquidity down here, we got an order block, right? So we want to see price coming down, clearing out this sell side liquidity on dollar, and then possibly moving towards buy side liquidity, as we got a fair value gap up here, right? So this fair value gap, and we also got another order block right here with fair value gap, right? So I believe we are still bearish on dollar. So let's see if dollar keeps pushing lower. So what I see on dollar is something like this: price coming up, hitting this hitting these order blocks, and then going to our sell side liquidity. And as well, we have a breaker. Right, so this is what I'm expecting on dollar. We also got another equal high, right? So see, I told you guys that I'm not basically like heavily bearish on dollar because of these equal highs that price left. I want to see this sell side liquidity is getting offered because we generated another equal low down here. Again, we have a high probability model here. We got an order block with fair value gap. So after that, okay, after price clears out this sell side liquidity, we'll expect to see a move towards buy side liquidity again. It will depend. Okay, so let's see what NASDAQ is doing. So NASDAQ cleared out the swing high, right? So we generated a breaker. We spotted it before NASDAQ actually showed it. Now it showed it. Now it confirmed it that this is a breaker. Still, we need a candle closing below the breaker. Okay, if a candle is not closing below the breaker, we don't have it yet, right? These are working as order block. So price came down, basically hit the mean threshold, right? Very nicely, like to the tick, it hit the mean threshold, and now it's moving, getting support towards buy side liquidity. So if NASDAQ is getting support from these order blocks, this high is gonna be our target. Now let's see. Okay, Dow is moving towards this buy side liquidity that I showed you guys. So seems like Dow is moving very better compared to NASDAQ and ES. Dow is having a clean price action compared to both of these pairs. But look at the delivery on Dow. If I take you guys on 1 minute chart, we are seeing a heavy delivery before CPI, right? So it's gonna be interesting to see what CPI brings. So let's do a poll. We still got 5 minutes left. Let's do a poll. Let's predict the CPI, right? What do you think? Where the CPI will deliver? Share your idea on the pool. 61% bullish. Sorry, bearish. 60%, 53%, 57%. Let's see if the majority wins, okay? In trading, it's the majority that loses. And the small percentage that is different that wins, right? So we'll see. Okay, we are getting equal now. Bearish and bullish. 54 and 41. So let's vote on this pool, guys. Okay, 400 people watching. We can do it. Let's share our trade idea, like our direction, where we believe price is going. I already did mine, so I want to see what you believe, what the majority believes. 52% bearish. 8% is like you don't know, right? Okay, I get it. So say price used it as order block, and the vote it's changing with the delivery with each candles, right? It's good to see like how people vote. 50% bearish, really? Higher time frame bullish order flow targets not met yet. Come on, guys, just 6 likes. What? No, it's 84. We are doing good. There is an imbalance on the weekly at the top too. You think I didn't see that? I talked about it long before you came here, Rufus. You guys join late and you guys think like I don't talk about higher time frames, where I start my analysis from the weekly chart. So seems like we're going towards this buy side liquidity on on DOW, right? And we got 3 minutes before the CPI gets delivered. I want to see what we have here, where price is trading now at 16,504. Let me go here. 16,505. Okay, we got multiple bearish order blocks, and yeah, I believe it's possible for price to reach up here. This is a buy side liquidity that we have all the way up here at this level. We got a trend line liquidity up here, so now the price is moving towards buy side. Let's see if it goes there or not. 16,590. But I'm not gonna do anything, okay? I see this strong liquidity level down here, so as long as this staying, I'm not buying. It's too many of the relative equal lows, and even on DOW you can see these are very clean trend line liquidity and very like good clean levels down here, even on DOW. So I'm not gonna buy until I see these levels are getting cleared out by price. So I'm gonna wait. So 48% bearish. Okay, so at first it was the majority that was bearish. Now it's changing. Now that people are seeing prices delivering towards buy side, it's changing, right? Bearish 48%, bullish 42%. Guys, let's vote, okay? Let's share your idea. We got 1 minute. before news gets delivered. So let's see what you believe. Let's see if majority wins or not. Ten seconds. Okay, so seems like we had a good analysis, right? Price is moving towards sell side to the level where we thought it's a good target, right? So okay, so price didn't clear it out. It generated another relative equal low. So no one's making money here, folks. Okay, so trust me, no one's making money here, because look at the delivery. Back and forth, right? So you enter here at CPI. The folks who have pushed button before CPI, suppose 1 or 2 hours ago, they're making the money. Their account balance is fluctuating, but the folks who are executing here, they're making shit, nothing. Okay. So say CPI generated another relative equal low. So this level, I'm not doing anything until I see this is getting cleared out. Okay, the trade idea that I'll look for is price coming down, clearing out this liquidity level. If I don't see it, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna buy. Okay, so the same thing on ES. Look at the level at 46.78. Right, this level is very clean and CPI didn't clear it out, so I'm gonna wait. But okay, so look at DOW. On DOW we had a very good analysis. I gave you guys 2 levels towards buy side, right? This swing high from the weekly chart, and then I told you guys that this price level is gonna be very important. So we didn't just stop outlining a buy side liquidity, we also looked at this exact price level, 3700. Price came up, hit this level, then went down, right? So this is what I told you guys. Now that it's a CPI, I cannot engage in it, but the same thing will keep repeating in price again and again. At these exact price levels, 3700, 3800, 3720, right? 3760, 3780. On daily and weekly chart, it's nothing. The movement is nothing. It's so small. But on 3-minute, 1-minute chart, see how many, after hitting this level, how many points it delivered. 122. So now suppose this is not a CPI. Price coming up, hitting this level, and then it's moving down, forming a breaker setup, and then going down, right? If it forms a breaker setup up here, you know where price is going. So that's why I always keep in mind these price levels, because these are very important. This gives small movement and it's enough to become a consistent money. It's enough to pay yourself. And we generated a big week. So usually what I do is, like, when I see a week like this, I measure it. But I'm not gonna do it today because of these relative equal low. I see the target down here and I believe price will come down here. Okay, so all I have to do now, I'm not gonna do anything now. All I have to do is to wait for 850 and 920 macro. Okay, 850 macro doesn't seem high probability. Okay, then don't trade it. Don't trade it. Wait for another macro that you think high probability. 30-second. So we dropped after hitting this rejection block up here. How can you know 850 is not high probability when price is not even inside the 850 macro? We got 2 equal lows down here, and on DOW we got equal lows all the way down here, right? We got a lot of trend line liquidity. So this is the exact thing I taught you guys inside my 3-day workshop, right? This is what you want to see price forming before the macro and at macro price clearing these levels out, right? So the majority of the people who voted 46% with me, because I also wanted to see price delivering sell side liquidity, right? Okay, so price cleared out this equal low. I wanted to see price clearing out, like suppose at 850. I would have engaged anyway. So let's end the pool 45%. So see, I didn't just told you guys the price, I want to see price coming down. I walked you through from the higher time frame all the way down to the lower time frame, right? Then I told you guys that I'm gonna wait, but which side I'm favoring? Equal low. And you saw the same thing, price clearing out the equal low. So this is the thing that you want to learn. Now the noobs, they will come and tell me, okay, you didn't make any money here, so what's the point of analyzing? They don't know that this thing repeats, right? What they do is like they don't know about their model repeating again and again. We know what we see in price will repeat again and again. So we missed the opportunity here. It doesn't mean we won't have the same opportunity again. We are learning and we will repeat the same thing again and again, right? Equal lows are always strong. Equal lows and trendline liquidity, price will always gravitate towards these liquidity levels. The way I show you guys how I trade is very simple. All you have to do, go on higher time frame, mark out the levels that make sense to you at the present moment. Okay, the folks who have been watching my stream for like suppose a reasonable time, they know how I do it, right? I go to the weekly chart, I go to the higher time frame, and I mark only the levels that I see price presenting to me, like the buy side liquidity that I saw on DOW, fair value gaps, right? That's it. I don't try to force anything. And then I drop down to lower time frame. I see like where do I see relative equal low and relative equal high. So suppose I have an unfilled fair value gap on weekly chart and it's a CB. So I want to see equal highs below the CB on lower time frame. If I don't see the equal highs below the weekly CB on lower time frame, then I don't have a clean analysis. I will wait for price to generate these liquidity levels, trendline liquidity, unfilled fair value gaps, equal high, equal low, and then all I have to do is to wait for time to present my setup with the narrative that I built it from the weekly all the way down to 15-minute, 5-minute chart. See, it makes so much sense when I'm doing it in front of you, right? It seems easy, isn't it? And it is easy. All you are the one who makes it hard. Okay, it's very easy. Now if I'm doing it on hindsight with you, it will never become easier to you. The 10-minute that hindsight video that I'm gonna do, you'll think, okay, only inside this 10-minute it's very easy. But when I'm doing it live with you and I'm telling you where price is gonna go, what levels make sense to me, why price should go here, it's getting inside your head, it's staying inside your head, right? You're understanding way more, much better than you do on hindsight. So I believe I'm gonna stick with DOW today because look at this trend line liquidity. Okay, like this is a very interesting level to me, so I'm gonna keep an eye on this level and I'm gonna put this NASDAQ here. So NASDAQ had a fair value gap. NASDAQ still has equal lows, okay, equal lows, which is right down here. Okay, we are not looking at the week Python. I don't know if you are listening to me carefully. I told you guys that these are strong levels. When you see these levels, you are not looking at any bullish PDA until these are getting cleared out, right? So CPI generated a week right here on NASDAQ, but did you saw me like measuring this week? No, I didn't do that, because these are strong liquidity levels where price will gravitate back towards. Okay, as long as they stay, you should not buy. Okay, so we got another breaker here, so I didn't see it. So this is a hindsight analysis, folks. Okay, so we got our breaker. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna measure this price level from, okay, so from where can I measure it? I believe we'll come lower. Okay, I'm gonna wait for the 920 macro, and I believe I will see something at 920. We don't have any other news today, right? So from this low, after it formed above this BC here, the 50% is coming right here, right? And the OT, okay, let me check the OT where it is. And the OT is coming right exactly down here. OT got respected by price before. Okay, so the way I trade is I find out what levels, how price behaved in past, because the same thing price will keep repeating in present moment. So at this price level, price came down right after generating this swing high. Price came down, hit this midway, and then went towards buy side liquidity. It didn't hit the OT. So this time, this is our level on 15-minute chart, and this is the midway, right? So before, right, what did you saw here? Price got rejected from the midway, right? So I'm gonna expect to see the same thing happening here again, and this time we got a swing low down here, right? So I'm expecting, I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I'm expecting at 850, right, price coming down, hitting this sell side liquidity, and then showing some willingness towards buy side. Now we also got our OT down here, so I'm gonna mark out the OT level, and we'll see what price is doing here. Okay, so this is our 50% swing low, and we are yet to clear it out. We got another relative equal low, so I believe we are hitting the OT down here. We have another relative equal low down here. Now I'm not gonna talk about gold. So dollar showed a very nice reaction, right? I don't know why you guys don't mention this stuff when it paints out the way we want to see, right? So on dollar we had this level drawn, right? I told you guys that this is gonna be a good support level on dollar. We got a sell side liquidity, so the CPI, it brings the volatility, so the movement like this is expected. Price came down, hit this level, hit the rejection block, and now it's going towards buy side, right? So far our analysis is to the tick, to the point. I want to see this equal high is getting cleared out, and we also go, so I'm now gonna measure this price level from this high to the low, and our 50% is coming up here, right, at this order block. So basically this fair value gap with equal high is a high probability target. What I believe we are not expecting at this up close candle. Okay, we are not stopping at this order block, rather I believe we are moving higher. So if we are moving higher, what do we have on NASDAQ and DOW? We can still expect to see price going lower, right? And not just blindly, we are expecting that we have target on NASDAQ and Dow, high probability target. So this is how you know, like, when an order block will fail, when an order block will work, when a fair value gap will hold, based on this analysis. See, price is not respecting this order block. So this is how you know. When you have targets like this, clean levels, you want to see these clean levels getting cleared out, right? And you don't need an indicator for it. I see some ICT student using indicator. I hate indicator. Like the macro, even the macro one, I don't know why people are so lazy. They're like, you can already see the time here, then you are putting another time on your chart. Like a clock is already on your hand, you have a watch, then you are putting another watch on your hand. Like for what? To see that same time? It doesn't make sense to me. People are so lazy. Anyway, so we are moving here, and after that this level is getting cleared out. Okay, so we know it, and we knew it before price even came up. So for the analysis that I'm doing so far, the folks who are not here for signal, they're already finding it very important, right? Very beneficial. So if you are, then can I expect to see a thumbs up from you? So we got 144 likes. Let's go to 200. Okay, let's make it 200, and I believe we can do it. So where we are stopping on dollar, we have this gap right here. What is it? Is it a new day or new week? It's a new day gap, right? So it formed on Monday, so we got a new day gap right up here. So I believe we are reaching here. So we cleared out equal high, and I still want to see price moving towards buy side liquidity on dollar and hitting this new day opening gap. So this is our near term target, and once price is trading at this new day opening gap, after that we'll see like if price wanna go here or not. So now let's drop down to the 5-minute chart. So this is something, folks, the folks who will buy my mentorship for 6 months, they will see it every single day. Every single day they will see me doing the same thing, and trust me, this is the best thing. A course, when you see it, right, a hindsight course, what they do, the majority will release a course and they will let you figure out everything on your own. What I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna leave you figuring out on your own, rather I'm gonna take you with me on live price action, and I'm gonna show you how it works, what I believe will happen, what I'm teaching, if it's repeating or on chart or not, what I'm teaching, if I can prove it live that it repeats or not, right? And you trust me, you see it for 6 months. Oh my god, like 6 months. I believe this is gonna be a life-changing opportunity, right? You are watching me every day, analyzing the chart for you, and this is a top-notch analysis. I'm not just like randomly calling market, and after that, once I'm getting right, I'm telling you, okay, I'm right. I'm getting right on a consistent basis. Look at here, these levels are called out, folks, okay, to the tick. I told you guys that, okay, we have a fair value gap. Do you guys remember before the CPI we had this fair value gap, and I told you guys, okay, I want to see price coming down and then pushing towards buy side. Why? We had an order block down here, right? And why did I told you guys that we want to see price moving higher? Because we had this equal high, very clean level. Look at here, it's so clean, right? So the folks who are interested in the mentorship, I will drop the info after the stream inside my Telegram. Okay, so the booking will start today, and that's where you'll find all the info. So where can dollar go now? So look at here, folks. Okay, we got a breaker. We got 1 minute before the 850 macro starts. So let's do it quickly. We got a breaker here, and I believe we will have support from this level. Okay, so something like this. So if this is happening, and if this is what our chart is following, NASDAQ and Dow, we'll see a movement lower, then a movement towards buy side liquidity again, right? So on NASDAQ, I'm expecting a movement higher, then a movement towards sell side liquidity again, as we got multiple equal lows down here. So now let's go to Dow. Okay, what's happening on Dow? Dow, are you gonna show me something? Okay, Dow already had a breaker up here, right? So what is this level? Okay, this is the OTE, right? I forgot about it. So see, price came down, hit the OTE after clearing out this sell side liquidity down here. So let's see if Dow shows any willingness to reject. So all we have to find out is from where can Dow potentially reject again. I don't see any equal lows getting generated here, but I do see this one, this major level down here, right? So okay, so do you guys see this? We have a breaker up here, but before this we have this fair value gap, right? Fair value gap with these order blocks, and price is respecting order blocks. So at the present moment, what price is respecting, price will keep respecting it, okay, for a little more time. So we got this small fair value gap with this order block, and on NASDAQ, let's see which one is providing a better setup. On NASDAQ, we got equal highs up here. On NASDAQ, we are generating more and more equal lows. Like, look at these levels. So much equal lows. So what I want to see on Dow hitting this fair value gap, and after that I want to see what Dow presents to me. Okay, so this level is, I want to see it getting cleared out, this level right here on Dow. So do your own analysis, okay? Don't watch me for the sake of getting a signal. Okay, what I told you guys, that don't share the info that I shared inside the private group already, because it's not gonna be available for the public. If you are doing it, you won't have a place in my mentorship, plus I'll kick you out from my YouTube channel and then the private Telegrams group. So don't do it, because I already requested not to share the infos here. Okay, so I hope you will understand and you will respect what I'm requesting you to do. And so price got rejected. Okay, so I wanted to see price hitting this level and then rejecting, but the rejection happened already, right? A little early. So trading is sometimes like this, folks. Okay, you will see the setup, but you won't be able to engage in it. Either price won't give you a chance, like it didn't. I wanted to see price hitting this level. If it did, right, suppose I would have put my stop loss above it and target all the way down here. So we got a volume imbalance, sorry, liquidity void, right? So on 32nd is visible. Is it a breaker? Okay, we got a breaker up here, right? So we didn't got a chance to enter from here, but we did a stop hunt. Now this one, these down close candles becomes a breaker. We close the candle's body below the breaker. So let's see what happens. Okay, I want to see price going down. So something like this is what will interest me. So now look at the time, folks. Where did this breaker form? Where? Sorry, when did this breaker form? At 850 macro, right? So price is going down, right? This is the target all the way down here. So the time is what making this setup important. Okay, we broke the OT. Now I want to see price going lower. At this level, it generated another equal low. So a signal from price that it wanna keep moving lower. Do we have a new week or new day opening gap down here? Okay, we do have a gap. What is this? What is this green gap? Okay, it's a new day opening gap. I wanna see price mashing through it. So as I told you guys that at 8:30, when we have news at 8:30, 8:50 macro is gonna present you something. Okay, 8:50 macro is gonna present you a setup, and it did here. See, and the delivery wasn't choppy. It wasn't a choppy delivery. Usually at 8:50, when we don't have a news at 8:30, we'll see a very choppy delivery. Price is accumulating orders. What do I mean by that? Price is basically consolidating, okay, doing the manipulation. But when we have news, you'll see some movements like this, some good movements. And this fair value gap, let's see if it gets respected or not. And it is getting respected, right? 8:57 at 9:10 this macro ends. That means what? If you are in a trade, then you should be closing your position by 9:10. You will expect to see price hitting your TP by 9:10. If not, then move your stop loss to break even. We have another macro that repeats at 9:20. Okay, 9:20 to 9:30, sorry, 9:40, we have another macro. So this low is still staying even on NASDAQ, right? They didn't clear it out. So I believe we'll see another movement down here. If this low is not getting cleared out by 8:50 macro, then at 9:20, at 9:30 delivery, we are definitely clearing this level out. So we got a bunch of order blocks on NASDAQ. So this is our bearish order blocks. So this is a good level for resistance. Okay, so on DOW it generated equal high up here. So that's what I don't want to see when prices are delivering from a breaker. Okay, when price is generating a bearish breaker, all I want to see is like price going straight towards sell side and not generating equal highs, because that means what? This is a strong liquidity level. If price is generating it, price will come for it. Okay, so NASDAQ seems like having a very nice delivery. So this is a very common pattern, folks, that repeats on NASDAQ. So if you have a good experience with this chart, like if you are watching this chart for like years, you know this is a setup that repeats again and again. This order block with this fair value gap. And this is another high probability model. What is making it a high probability model? This equal low. The classic, will you be eating Uber Eats today? It will depend. It will depend if I'm making money on this trade or not. Okay, if price is hitting my TP down here or not. So So I had let's see if price clears out this low down here. One handy indicator to complement the breaker is the Williams fractal. If the swing highs are fractal, they seem to be stronger. What do you mean by that? Williams fractal. What is the indicator? Let me check. Williams fractal, this one. Yeah, it matches with the name. What is this? What are these? What am I supposed to do with these pyramid boxes? What I see is that at every swing high that I'm recognizing with my eyes already, it's basically it's pointing out the swing highs and swing lows, right? What I can do with my own eyes already. Click on it and push DOW. Okay, what's gonna happen if I push DOW? It says stronger swing high and low. Do I need an indicator to look to find out a strong swing high and low? Really? I don't. It looks choppy on my chart. But if it's useful for you, hey, use it, okay? I don't like to use indicators. Like, how am I supposed to know it's a strong what, swing high or swing low? How am I supposed to know it? Just by looking at the indicator? I don't need it. Look at the relative equal low that price generated here. That means what? That means this is a strong level, right? That price will come towards. I don't need an indicator to know it. So when I see these liquidity levels, all I have to do is find out from where can price reject. Okay, from where can price move towards these strong liquidity levels. So the reason that I don't like indicator is as soon as folks see it that okay, this is a strong low that formed, they push the button. That's what I don't teach. I teach, okay, you see it, now you will wait for the time, then you will wait for a setup, and then you will engage. There's a lot of things that an indicator doesn't give you. Okay, so price cleared out this low down here. I have it built into an SMC indicator. That's good for you. I'll send on group chat. Now the folks who need, I think they will use it. They will find it informative. Do it, okay? Send it. So it plotted another pyramid. What does it mean? It's a strong liquidity level. So when it plots 2, that means is that mean like price will come for buy side? Because that's what I saw here. It plotted 2, then it's the relative equal low, right? Price came down. So it plotted 2 again. So that means like price will come towards buy side again, or what? How do you use it? I'm trying to see like how you are using it. Would you mind telling me, like BK, Brian, how basically do you see it? How the eye surgery came out? Very nice. I'm having a 20/20 vision. Very nice, actually. So on dollar, okay, let's take a look at on dollar with our this new Williams fractal indicator, right? So this is our dollar. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. On 5-minute chart, okay, after we cleared out this equal highs, right? I told you guys that this is gonna be a good support level for price. What happened here? Price came down, right? Hit this breaker, Not like actually the breaker. It didn't came all the way down to the breaker, but it hit this fair value gap, then it went towards the buy side. So I still want to see dollar moving towards buy side because we have this new day opening gap, right? So let's see what happens here. We also got a good support level right here at these up close candles. So I'm still expecting a bullish price action on dollar and then a bearish price action on NASDAQ and DOW as well. Look at the liquidity levels that price generated here. So at 9:30, this is why I love 9:30. Okay, folks, like now 9:30 is my highest probability macro that I have. Okay, like if I had to choose one macro for the rest of my life, I will choose 920 to 940 macro, because at 9:30 you know that the volatility is coming in, and the volatility will go where? To these exact levels, this trend line liquidity down here. Okay, so let's put the Williams fractal whatever indicator. Let's see what's it showing on NASDAQ. Okay, so many pyramids down here. SMC indicator has a nice one in it. Just changes the weak red. I'll post it on the group. Just thought it might help new starters. If new starters are relying on it, I believe they will keep visiting other people's stream and they won't find success, because with indicator it takes a lot of time. Okay, because you are relying on an indicator to give you the trade idea. That's why I'm so against the indicator. You should be doing it on your own, not with an indicator. So after we cleared out this swing low, right, we are seeing a bullish movement, and this is the reason that we are seeing it. And I told you guys that this is what I don't want to see. When we have a breaker, I don't want to see price forming an equal high. Okay, I don't want to see it, but it formed here. So on NASDAQ, okay, look closely. On NASDAQ prices, that's how you learn. Okay, because this thing, my friend, will keep repeating again and again. You may not get into it today, you may hesitate today, but when you are perfect, when you are reading it again and again, when you are seeing our 920 macro, and see, we are not seeing a straight move towards buy side liquidity. Why? Because we still have some business unfinished towards sell side. This equal lows, this level, and then the same thing on NASDAQ generating this trend line liquidity. It formed this equal highs. So all we want to see is price coming up, clearing out this equal high, and then moving towards sell side. Okay, we cleared out the equal high. Right, now let's see if this shows us any willingness to reject. We have a fair value gap up here, this one, with a liquidity void. So we are going back to our original trade idea, which was price coming up at this fair value gap and then moving towards sell side liquidity again, right? So we cleared out the liquidity from NASDAQ. So now, okay, is it muted? Okay, not. Now all you want to see is like price rejecting towards sell side, but this is not happening inside our macro. Okay, it's not happening inside 920 macro. It's happening at 910. So we will still wait. We'll still wait 10 minutes, but the narrative stays same. We want to see a bearish movement, so we are waiting for price to get inside 920, and after that we'll see what happens. Okay, at 9:30 I believe price will clear out this level, because look where this liquidity got generated, right above this higher time frame liquidity level. Okay, we are watching on 30-second, but if I take you on 50-minute chart, these are relatively equal low, right? Where did it got generated? Just above these relative equal lows. These lows got generated just above it. So we are gonna wait for 9:30 to bring a good trade idea. And on Dow as well, we have this equal low left, and we hit the liquidity void now. So good level for rejection, this liquidity void, and dollar. Look at dollar. Dollar is trading at the level that we wanted to see price coming down and trading at, right? And this breaker on 5-minute chart, it will make a little bit more sense. So it didn't hit this new day opening gap again. Rather, we basically like cleared out. We offered buy side liquidity up here, right? We cleared out the swing high, then we also cleared out the swing high, and we got rejected from these order blocks down here, which is a breaker. So we had a small breaker down here because this swing high, then price generated another high. So this last down close candles becomes our breaker, right? So breaker to breaker, from this breaker we went all the way up to this one. Now all we have to find out is what price can potentially do now, right? What price can do now. So do I see equal highs? I don't see the equal highs, but so I don't see the equal highs, but I see this new day opening gap. And what I also see is this breaker down here. Okay, so this breaker is gonna be our last line of defense to expect higher prices. Yes, I'm taking trades today, but not in front of you. So this breaker up here is what I want to see getting taken out. Sorry, price using to get support. So on NASDAQ, okay, so we have this equal high, we cleared it out, we hit these order blocks, right? And we know where price is coming down now. Price will clear out these equal lows, and ultimately it will hit this level down here. So this breaker down here is gonna be my last point of interest to expect higher prices on dollar. Okay, higher prices on dollar. So I'm gonna keep an eye on this one. I believe price is coming down to this level. And on Dow, so we hit this BCB down here, and then as well. So all our look at the dollar right now. Okay, dollar, we are expecting to see dollar hitting this breaker. So I'm gonna put the dollar chart here because I want to keep an eye on this. And we also want to see dollar moving towards buy side at 9:30. So if that is what's happening, okay, if that is what's happening, we'll see both of these pairs are moving towards sell side, and it seems they will do that because look at the liquidity levels that they generated down here. what is this? Don't show the creator updates again. Don't show the creator updates again. Okay. So on NASDAQ, okay, look at the time and look at when a breaker is getting activated. So it seems like NASDAQ is showing us a better setup compared to DOW, right? So 9:30 is approaching, and this is the period where we expect to see a breaker forming, and the breaker is here. So all you have to do is to wait for price to get get below this breaker and give you a setup that will target down here. So every single time you see a better every single time you see a breaker forming, that breaker will give you minimum 2R. Okay, that's the minimum that it will give you. So the 2R, if you are identifying a good breaker, the correct breaker, this is what you are getting, 2R. That's the minimum that you are getting. The max that I found from a breaker that it gives is like 4R usually. Sometimes you will see it's giving you even higher, but it's very less. Most of the time 2R, that's where it starts. Okay, you're identifying a correct breaker inside the macro, and if you are right, that's what you are getting. So we have the breaker down here. Now let's wait. Okay, the price action looks choppy on 30-second, but we know what we are looking for. 916. See, okay, look close here, folks. When will this breaker get activated? How do you know that a breaker gets activated? A breaker will get activated when price closes a candle's body below it. Look at the time, 917. So we want to see a fair value gap forming here. We want to see this candle closing this body below the low, and then a fair value gap getting generated. That's what we want to see. A fair value gap got generated. Okay, now we wait. If you are patient enough, then push the button exactly at 920. Okay, the fair value gap is still not here, but price closed the candle's body below the breaker. That means what? The breaker got activated, and we as well got another breaker on DOW here inside the breaker that we already outlined, right? All of these down close candles are breaker. So we got it here, 918. We are approaching towards our macro. So if you are thinking about taking this trade, okay, they can put your stop loss above this order block that you see right up here. And this one, if price is coming up and going above it, you are most probably wrong and you shouldn't trade it. Okay, you should not be trading it. So there's no logic behind you holding if price is going above this order block up here, 918. So all we do is now wait to see price delivering towards our target. So far a beautiful hit on the breaker and the fair value gap as well. So the bodies are staying lower, right? And we are exactly look at when price gave you entry, exactly at 920, right? This candle that hit this fair value gap, it happened when? Exactly at 920. Okay, so I hope some of you are making some money here. Right, I'm not gonna give you signal, but it's a very visible setup, right? The very visible setup. If you know about it, you are engaging here. Okay, and you know where to put your stop loss, so all you are doing is targeting 2R, and it's also looking good here on DOW. So a little bit of fluctuation, right, is expected on 30-second and on 1 minute. If you look at here on 1 minute, we had a fair value gap here on 1 minute, right? So I don't know, you guys never mention about these things, because I'm looking at the chart, the pair, what I'm showing you here. So on 1 minute we had a fair value gap here inside the breaker, right? On this breaker is not visible on 1 minute very clearly, but it is on 30-second. Price came up, hit it exactly at 920. That's when our macro gets started, and that's what I teach you guys. Okay, one setup, you know when it will form, you know how it will form, you know what to target. Okay, the way I'm doing it, the way I'm showing it to you, it's a challenge. You won't find anyone else in the whole industry doing it. They will talk about time and price, okay, but every single time you will see them sharing a trade idea, it's random, it's with a random model at a random time, and they never repeat the same logic again. You see me, I'm repeating the same logic again and again and again. Did he take trade, the hit master? Okay, what if I show you that I took it? Will it increase your trust to me? Because I'm already showing it to you here, and I did took it. Okay, I like these people who ask for proofs, because at the same time I hate them, because they are not seeing what I'm proving here on the real time. They want to see me take it. Okay, I'm gonna show it to you with the execution mark, my friend. Okay, with the execution mark. So I got it all set up. Okay, here I'm gonna take a partial and I'm gonna let it run for 2R, because on DOW, right, or DOW, I believe we will go even lower. Okay, so we are coming up, we are safe because our stop loss is staying above the order block. 923. Okay, my stop loss is just above this candle. It still didn't got hit. So let's see if it gets hit or not. Okay. Okay, so still the target is below this low. Can we all just like the gem? Yes, if you want. No need to prove any, literally told how to execute. Yes, right here on 30-second. I already showed it to you, the thing on 1 minute chart. One question regarding journaling our trades. If your original trade is 3 to 1 R, but you later move your stop loss lower to 4-1 R, will you record your trades as 3-1 or 4-1 in your journal? 3-1, because that's the original idea, right? That's the original trade idea. 301. Later I managed my stop loss, and it's not increasing what I'm making, right? I'm already making what I risked initially at first. So that's what matters. Okay, so I'm gonna consider it 3 to 1. What was my initial entry with the initial risk management? So very crazy movement down here. So that's what usually don't get to see before 9:30, because 9:30 brings in the volatility, and 930 like straight moves towards sell side or buy side. It's hitting your TP or hitting your stop loss. Okay, it's happening so fast, and that's why I like it, because in other times the delivery is happening so slow, and you are basically like it generates more emotion inside you. At 930 you don't even get time to get emotional. It's either you see the setup, you execute, it's either hitting your TP, either hitting your stop loss, and you are done. Okay, then all you have to do is wait for another macro. Can you show some example of your journal? Do you journal platforms? I journal on, okay, let me find it. I journal on Notion. Where is it? Notion, but this is a very choppy price action, folks. Look at here. We know price is gonna come down here, but it's having a little bit of fluctuation, a little bit of manipulation. So this is the only trade that I'm taking today so far. Okay, if it's hitting my stop loss, then I'm done. I have no interest to take any other trades. I'm gonna come back tomorrow and we'll repeat the same thing again at 930. So it is what it is, just like this. Okay, so you wanted to see my journal. Okay, let me find it. I heard about, there was another journal that I heard about other than Notion. It basically like takes your trades, journals it on your own, and you can also see like what trades you took, right? What trades you took, and like it repeats the setup on its own. Like you don't have to do the screen recording. I don't know what's the name of the website. Does anyone know? It's a paid website though, like you will have to pay. Yeah, TradeZilla. Yeah, I heard about it, but I never checked it out. How is it? Do you guys like use it? I saw a lot of traders using it. So I'm gonna show you how I did it from last year onwards. Okay, so I have a lot of good example from this year as well. So let's wait to see the 930 delivery, and after that I'm showing it to you. Look at here, folks. Okay, it's a little bit of manipulation, but it is what it is. Okay, it's happening. So we want to see price coming down here. Okay, it's not stopping here. We want to see price coming down at this level. DOW on the other hand is having a very hard time to go to our sell side, right? And we got this right here. This is a mitigation block. So the question is how the 930 will deliver. 930. Do you still yes, of course I do journal. Even when I wasn't profitable, I was journaling. It doesn't matter, like now I'm profitable, I don't journal. So I'm gonna take a partial write down here. Okay, I closed this trade. Basically I took it on my live fund. So I closed I had like 3 contracts running from this order block. As soon as price hit this order block, so I took an entry early before the macro got started, and I left 1 position running with a stop loss above here. Okay, I want to see like if 930 delivers to our sell side, and once I'm done I'm gonna share you the execution and you guys will see it. Basically, like I executed a lot earlier than the 920 macro. I executed here because that's what I saw. And I told you guys, like if you have been trading for 1 year or something, if you have the experience, you know this is a setup that repeats again and again. And I saw it because it was important to me. Why? Because price was repeating a turtle soup entry model, right? This is the exact thing that I taught you guys just for $80 inside my 3-day workshop. There's nothing like what I delivered inside my 3-day bootcamp. You won't find anything similar to this. So 930 and towards sell side again, closing another position down here, and I'm basically done. So now I'm gonna share the execution, the folks who don't believe that I basically took it. So it's a It's a little execution. Okay, so look at here. I push the button here, like suppose at 9:17. This execution was made at 9:17. Add this from these order blocks, right? It's because of the spread of my live account. I executed here. It opened my position here. Then this is the breaker, right? I saw the breaker, price hit the fair value gap, executed here again. Managed by stop loss above the order block where I told you guys. This is where my stop loss was. First partial below this low, then the second partial and as well a little bit lower. Basically, I got my 2R. I don't know about you, but your boy here making real money, bro. Okay, so this is the concept that I'm using. I'm showing it to you real time. I'm telling you what I'm gonna do real time, how it's gonna happen, what my predictions are, and it's happening. It sometimes happens with a little bit more manipulation, right? And it's sometimes very clean. Okay, so I also had another position running on DOW. So the TP is here. Let's see if DOW hits it or not. Okay, NASDAQ is still going lower, so I don't leave runners. Okay, I basically like close my position when I believe I should be closing it, but sometimes I see, okay, 9:30 is delivering very beautifully. So see, another breaker, another fair value gap, price came up, hit it. How many trades you take per day on average? 2. That's the if I'm the first trade, if it's hitting my TP, that's it, I'm stopping for the day. I don't do another trade. And if the first trade is hitting my stop loss, I give it another try and I do it again. Okay, so how much I made today so far? 300 here, 200 here, so basically like $700, which was 7 days pay. So I can order more Uber Eats, right? So $744 as I can see it. So I'm good. What I was making $140 in a day, that sucked in a job, right? So the dream that I'm sharing with you here, it works. It works to the tick. All you have to do is master the craft, master the skill set, and then you will have it, okay, in front of you. So how I trade, okay, this is a question that I get always. I don't know how to take the screenshot. I'm basically like more into scalping. So how do I scalp? I'm gonna show you to you how my chart looks. So this is how my chart looks. See all the price movement towards sell side. I didn't execute it here at all. I missed everything. I executed where I believe price will go towards sell side. Okay, this is very small movement, and $700 here, my friends. Okay, from this executing from this breaker, executing at 9:17. Okay, so basically like I was expecting price to deliver, form a breaker and deliver towards sell side. So because of my experience, I already know that what price will do before the macro, how price will do it. All that you see here is patience. What you see here is patience and skill and timing of the market, right? And this is what you want to see in yourself. So what your boy is showing you here is not a pipe dream, it's a dream. If you have it with you, you can make the consistent money like me. Okay, so we are basically done with 9:30 delivery. Relative equal log generated. DOW was a lot more choppier, right? DOW was a lot more choppier compared to NASDAQ. NASDAQ was a little bit more beautiful. So see, oh my god, NASDAQ is still going lower. I would have made like suppose $1,500 in this trade if I hold it. Why you didn't show your trade on chart just now? Because I didn't want it to. Why you want to take a signal? Okay, I don't give signal. Okay, so please don't watch me if you are looking for a signal. I don't do it. Okay, now the journal part. So this is how I journaled. since May. I'm not gonna show you everything that I have, but this is what you are seeing. Okay, whole May. See how I'm journaling. I'm not stopping my journal once I'm getting profitable, rather I'm doing it more and more. So here, as you can see, it's the day now king the arena, also stuff like this. Okay, so not much. So on average, look at how much I'm losing. $96, $218. So this is not something to flex on you. This is the real thing. Okay, this is my actual journal, and I don't advertise it, but you wanted to see it, I'm showing it to you. Look at the gains that I'm making because of my I'm having a lot of stop loss getting hit, right? But because of my stop loss management, it comes all the way down to like this. I have emotional breakdowns too. Look at this one, like $700. What I did here is I over traded. Okay, sometimes my emotion comes back, but because I know how to not to get like sad when it's coming back to me. So basically this is how I do it. So I journal everything, P&L, risk, how much I was risking. So 0.05%. these are like funded account. This is not my live account. I believe this was like a suppose a 50k funded account that I was trading. So I was risking 0.5% on that funded account, sometimes 0.25%. And the max that I'm targeting is 2R, sometimes 4R. So you can see 2R, sometimes I got 2R, sometimes I got 4R every day. The models that I'm trading, most models that you will see is the breaker. It's the breaker that I'm trading mostly. And what time frame? All AM session, no PM session execution at all. What I'm targeting, right? And there's another part, I'm not gonna show it to you, where I write how I was feeling. Okay, what my emotional levels were. I try to be as honest as I can with myself, because this is my personal journal, right? So from May, June, July, August, this is a 50k funded account that I was trading. I basically like 2, I believe. Yeah, I got how many? Wait, let me see. So I was partner. I canceled the partnership with Funded Next. So this is also a benefit. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys, like the folks who wanna build a future in like online social media industry, like Twitter or something, do it. Okay, do it, because there will be the funded companies that you are paying to buy the account. Once you have a good number of followers, you won't have to buy from them anymore. They will give it to you for free, and all you have to do is just share their code, promote their code in front of your screen, like I was doing. I'm not doing it with them anymore. So I never bought any funded account from anywhere other than Top Step. Okay, I'm not partnered with them. Funded Next, I never bought anything. They gave it to me just to promote them. I was trading there. Okay, so basically zero investment, and I'm making hell of a lot of money there. So in June, July, August, September, in 3 months I traded like 4 50k accounts, and I made it around $12,630. Zero investment, right? So that's how you do it. You want to see a future here, right? Now you are struggling, but you have a way to make it. When I was working, I was also working like when I had a job. That's what I'm trying to say. When I had a job, I was also working on my Twitter account. I grew it, they saw it, they gave me the funded account. All I have to do is promote them, and I'm getting it for free. So you are paying like $200 for a funded account. I'm paying zero. I used to pay zero. Now I don't partner with them anymore. My live accounts are now, alhamdulillah, growing much. I don't need funded accounts anymore. So I'm trading with Top Step, and I'm trying to become partner with them. And if I get partner with them, what I will do is like do giveaway on a consistent basis here in the chat. Okay, so what's enough talking, a lot of talking. I don't know, like someone asked me a question, so I went to talking. Anyway, so this BC right here, this is a level. this is a level that I already told you guys that this is a level that will be good for support, right? This will be good for support at when I started my stream. Why? Look at this dot here. This is the breaker, right, with a fair value gap from the 4-hour chart. So every single person in this online platform, they were bullish, other than HYDRA. HYDRA was bearish, targeting this BC and this breaker down here. So now price came down, right, hit this breaker. Now the way I trade, I'm gonna show it to you guys. I'm basically showing it to you again and again, but I'm gonna show it to you guys again. So price hit this fair value gap, right? Price cleared out sell side liquidity from here. So now this is a bullish PDRA, right? I'm expecting a bullish pricing. So what I will do here, I'll drop down to the lower time frame and I will outline, I'll try to see if I'll look for equal highs and equal lows. Okay, that's all I'm gonna look for. So what do I see here? A lot of relative equal highs up here, right? A lot of relative equal. So suppose I missed a trade at 9:30, so I'm done for the day. So suppose I missed a trade at 9:30, so all I'm gonna do is wait for 9:50 macro, and now the price hit this bullish PDRA, I'm gonna drop down even lower to see a breaker. If I don't see it on 1 minute, I'm gonna go to 30 second. If I see on 1 minute, I'm not gonna go to 30 second. If I see it on 3 minute, do I see a breaker here on 3 minute? No. If I see it, then I'm gonna stick with 3 minute chart. My audio is going out, and is my audio good? I believe it's good, right? So let's go to 30-second chart and see a breaker is forming here. So a good key level, okay, this is an important key level. What is this key level? This is a breaker key level. And what is this? It's a breaker where it's a bullish breaker. It's not just any breaker, it's a bullish breaker where on 4-hour chart, hour 4, right? So this is how I journal if I see something like this. So I'm gonna mark it now. What I'm gonna do, I see equal highs forming here, right? I see price hitting a bullish PDRA. Now I'm gonna wait. I found out my model, I found out my high probability targets. All I'm gonna do, okay, equal high up here. All I'm gonna do is mark these up close candle, because this is what I'm expecting to see price coming up again, right? This is where I'm expecting. So this is the breaker. Now I want to see price getting support from this key level. If it's not getting support, then it's okay. Okay, it doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong. If I'm right, I will have a trade idea. If I'm wrong, I don't care. I will go on the higher time frame again, and I will see from where price can get support. Okay, because I do see these relative equal highs. I'm not bearish again until price clears out this equal high. So does it make sense, folks? Does it make sense what I do? Because I believe it's very simple. I believe it's very simple. It's not harming your head. It's not like giving you a headache. It's very easy to understand. If you have a basic idea of how ICT concept works, you can make hell of a lot money with what I'm showing you here. Because it's easy, it's simple, and you see it in real time, right? All you have to do, find out where price is going on higher time frame. I'm repeating myself again and again. Then you drop down to the lower time frame, you see where the equal highs and equal lows are forming. So I saw this bullish PDRA, right? So all I want to see now, that equal highs on lower time frame. Did I saw the equal highs? So on higher time frame, if price is coming all the way up here, this is going to be a very small movement. But on lower time frame, minimum that is giving you is 2R. Right? That's the beauty of my model. Yeah, the classic, if you go back to my stream and play it from the beginning, you will see me, you will hear me mentioning the same thing that you did here. The key level is actually the mean threshold of this fair value gap. Right? So the breaker is coming down here, coming up. So what I want to see, okay, so suppose when do I take an early entry with a breaker? So suppose I'm gonna show it to you guys. So this is exactly the same thing you will get inside my 6-month mentorship every day. I'm gonna show it to you the chart every single day. I'm gonna open my chart and I'm gonna show it to you, teach you how I do it, what I expect to see. So now I'm gonna share another gem here for free. When do I take early entries with breakers? So suppose price is coming up, right? And then price formed another swing high here and didn't clear out this swing high. So as soon as I see that, okay, the next candle that opens, I push my button there. This is how I take one early entries. I shared multiple ideas how to take early entries with a breaker inside my 3-day workshop, but this is one of it. So price coming up here but not clearing out this equal high, rather generating another equal high here, and that's when you know price is going above it. That's when you can take an early entry. So suppose if price is doing this here, price is coming up, getting rejected from this rejection block, and then coming down. As soon as price shows a movements like this, I execute here, targeting 2R. So why I take early entries like this? It gives me a very narrow stop loss. If I'm taking an entry like this, I'm gonna put my stop loss below these order blocks right here, and I'm gonna target from here to R. So George on the group is asking a question like, okay, I just paid for the October mentorship, believing it wasn't a mentorship, it was a boot camp, believing the 2022 mentorship would take the same format. It is taking the same format. Nothing there will be different. There will be like 1 or 2 concepts, 3 concepts that is new, but the reason that you are paying for it is to see how I'm doing it on real time. I already introduced you guys what concept I use on inside my 3-day workshop. Right now I'm gonna show it to you. I gave you guys a demo of what I do here for more than 1 month, right? So this is the exact thing that I'm gonna do. So price generated another equal high, right? So we generated another fair value gap. So this fair value gap is not getting hit because this is a breakaway gap. This fair value gap right here will be unfilled. So this is where you execute exactly here. Okay, because this fair value gap is not getting filled. Price is going towards buy side again. Heavily, and the distribution will be heavily, okay? And okay, so you either see price generated a swing high here, didn't clear it out, right? So this is when it gives a good chance of entry. So this candle is coming down. This candle is providing you opportunity to buy. Now the noobs who are here for the signal, they won't find it like informative. See, another time it hit this level, this is where you buy. What did I told you guys? I told you the exact thing before it repeated, right? I told you guys that when do I take early entry, because I saw it coming. When price comes up, generates a swing high, not a swing high like basically like this. You guys saw this candle how it delivered, right? It came up, it didn't clear out the swing high, then it came down, right? And that's when I told you guys this is a buying opportunity. This is a buying opportunity, and this fair value gap will not get filled. How did I know it? Some secrets will be left for the mentorship folks, okay? Another breaker going where? Here. So if you are here for signal, trust me, I really want you to leave. But if you are here to learn, you will go home with a head full of knowledge, full of gems, because I'm sharing a lot of info here for free. And the info that works. See, didn't I call the market from this low towards the buy side liquidity? Didn't I told you exactly how the candle here will form before it formed? And now look at the time, okay? Another important aspect of my trading is that I believe in time. Now look at the time. When did this breaker got activated? When? Look, 9:50 to 10:10. Don't tell this secret to anyone else, okay? Because look here, how price is activating these models inside time. It's all fucking rigged. Now every ICT student will say it, but they won't show it to you in live, right? They will hide inside their cushion and they won't come and stream. They fear CPI and we stream on CPI. So we have a difference between them and us, right? So we got another fair value gap. So this fair value gap, look, where did it formed? Now they will come and tell me that I didn't execute it, so there's no point of me doing this. But here they won't hear and consider me calling the market from exactly the low down here, explaining why price should go towards buy side liquidity to the tick, right? So, and also explain why it should go towards buy side. And I told you guys, as long as these are staying here, I'm not bearish, okay? Key level right down here. I want you to become successful. That's why I'm sharing it to you to the tick. So if you appreciate it, hit the like button, okay? Because what some people do, okay, they write the key level like this and they don't write the PDRA. So the folks who are new, okay, they don't want you to become successful. All they want is for you to buy their mentorship, because they write the key level, they don't write anything else, okay? They will hide this PDRA like this. They will hide the breaker. They will hide what's going on here. And all they will do, okay, let me show it to you what they do. Like this. So what I'm learning here? What the fuck am I learning here? Right? So you either share what you believe is gonna happen with every single details here, right? Because that's when the best learning happens. You're showing it live. Then you are also typing what you believe is gonna happen, like the breaker here. Where was the breaker? At the 4 hour, right? Why price should move towards buy side? Because it has target up here. It has a bullish PDRA from where it got support. Right, so you guys know what I'm talking about. I love Romeo, so I'm not bashing him. He is like one of the real traders. So Romeo is a good guy, okay? He knows his stuff just like I'm doing it, but no one else is doing it like me. Showing you the time, showing you every single tiny little bit of details. And that's it, folks. That's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys found this stream informative. Okay, so today I'm gonna share the details of the mentorship, how to join it. So if you are interested, you can join it, and there won't be any monthly charges at all, because this guy here wants you to see successful, wants you to become successful. I'm charging you for my time, and that's it. You're only gonna pay for my time, not for the concept. You are not paying for the concept. You are paying for what I got as my experience. And there won't be a monthly charge. There won't be any hidden charge. All that you are gonna do, pay one time, come with me inside my private Discord, and I'll show you to how it works for 6 months to the tick. And with this saying, folks, okay, I'm closing it here. I'm gonna catch you guys tomorrow again. Peace.